Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and Earl's Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim out there pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty. The hopeful elect, Shalom, and Brother Korah Allah. Through the Spirit, I hope this lesson is edifying. The title is going to be What Happened to Older Cars? It reads, Lots nearly empty at car dealership due to a global chip shortage. After Denise Michaels' old vehicle broke down about 10 months ago, she bought a used car. She wasn't thrilled to do so at the time. Now she's relieved it happened when it did. As bad as I thought it was at the time, I ended up coming out ahead, Michelle said. Since then, I've seen where the car I bought pretty much doubled in price. Why did her car double in price? Because there's a lack of cars, so cars becoming more rare, increasing the value. Let me go on and head down. It says Denson said COVID-19 has had a massive impact on the auto industry. Initially, there was a dip in demand and production when the pandemic first hit. Now there's an ongoing distribution nightmare. A global microchip shortage is the main problem that's limiting production for new vehicles. One consultant firm recently estimated the shortage will cost the auto industry $210 billion in revenue this year. That was the initial disruptor. That was the thing that threw everybody off, Denson explained. So they're missing the chip in cars. And that's why a lot of these cars are not being sold. I think we're ready enough here. It says, let's see, is that it? It says, so how can you make the market work for you? This might be some good information for brothers. To get the best deal, Denson suggests trading in your used car. The trade-in value could be very high and buying something new. Experts also suggest looking at models that aren't in high demand. You could find a good deal that way. When people say, when is the industry going to be back to normal? I say it depends on what your normal is, Denson explained. Is it going to be back to the way it was 2 years ago? Probably not. We probably won't see that. So there's a shortage on the chips that go inside cars. This is another article. It says, car chip shortage 2022, what's going on? What do bicycles, toilet paper, hand sanitizers, refrigerators, and kayaks have in common? They've all been in short supply at times during the COVID-19 pandemic. It says, so even that's nothing. That's out of stock. Also, refrigerators. Let's continue on. Let me see. What is a semiconductor chip? A semiconductor chip, also called a microchip, serves as the brain of modern electronics. Manufactured from silicon, these high-engineered components are essentially a type of electric circuit. They include a series of transistors that function as tiny switches to control the flow of electrons. So it's a advanced chip. Microchips can differ greatly in their complexity. For example, most credit cards feature a very basic chip as an added security measure. High-end computer processors, on the other hand, are incredibly complex today. These chips are used in nearly everything from cars and smartphones to refrigerators and electric toothbrushes. They're extremely small. Okay, I'm gonna jump down a little bit. Why is there a chip shortage in the auto industry? There are a few reasons why this shortage of microchips is hitting auto markets particularly hard. Modern vehicles are using more chips than ever before. With every new model, cars and trucks feature bigger in infotainment systems and a host of other high-tech car safety features. Each of these technology-packed future release relies on semiconductor chips. The COVID-19 pandemic messed up supply and demand forecast. I think this is the point right here. When mass shutdowns and quarantines began in March 2020, auto manufacturers anticipated a huge drop in new car demand, so they reduced sales forecasts and canceled part order for components like microchips. So because of the drop in demand, these different auto companies reduce sales forecasts and cancel part orders for components like microchips. So why would you cancel microchips? That's like one of the main, it's a necessity. According to what we're reading now, the microchip is like one of the main parts of the car. So why the hell would you cancel the microchip? That was a stupid idea. But that's all the spirit though. In hindsight, this move was short-sighted, stupid. Demand for new cars did indeed drop, but only temporarily. By the time automakers realized that Americans still wanted to buy new vehicles, chip manufacturers had already taken on work from other companies to replace their canceled orders. That leads to our next question. So, chip manufacturers, whoever make the chips, probably the Chinese, okay, but it's not made in America. So the chip manufacturers had to do other business. It says chip manufacturers had already taken on work from other companies to replace their canceled orders. So the US is not getting any chips being made, but maybe some other country, okay, or maybe it's spread out with chips are being made for other cars, like Dubai or something. Okay, maybe Russia, maybe who knows? Okay. It says building semiconductor chips is an extremely complex, expensive, and time-consuming process. For that reason, there are only a handful of chip manufacturers in the world, and all of those manufacturers are currently operating at full capacity, and somehow the U.S. get left out. All right. I don't know. It sounds really suspect to me, you know. But we have to see how it goes. But this is where this is what happened to all the cars. This is why the dealerships are empty, the lots are empty, and things are getting worse and worse according to what we just read as far as cars go. Now, this is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. When the people, starting with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, because those are the true Israelites according to the Bible, and those are the Lord's people, and the Lord is dealing with the nation of Israel. All right, so you got 2/3 of our people that really want this place to thrive, that really want this place to bounce back. I'm talking about Esau's kingdom, Esau's rulership. Okay, and guess what? Who works to keep this place running? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety. Yeah, this place is bouncing back. Things are getting better. The pandemic is over. Then sudden destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman. And now you're seeing from what happened in 2019, 2020. All right. There's a lot of fallback, man. There's a lot of kickback going on. You know, it's basically a domino effect. Like because of this, there's no food. Like because of this, there's no cars. We see these plagues coming to pass. And it says, sudden destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they should not escape. Right, because it's going to lead to a lot of death and destruction. Because that famine is going to lead to a lot of race wars. It's going to lead to home invasions, which is going to lead to martial law. Okay, which is going to lead to that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, and ultimately, this thing is going to escalate. War is going to break out, and a lot of death is going to take place. Next scripture. 2nd Ezra 16 and 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. The plagues, like I just went into, the famine, all right, the pestilence, the diseases, which there's talks in the news of more diseases coming. Earthquakes, martial law, okay, those foreign troops coming into your land, invasions, home invasions, country invasions. All right, because people are gonna be invading America too. You know, a lot of these plagues coming to pass, man. Famines, you see the famine in food. Okay, there's a scarcity in cars to the point where if you have a used car, it could be more in value. So if you're looking to sell your car, you can sell it now. Verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains come past her womb, those labor pains, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Right, so those pains, they will come and go, but they'll start coming faster and faster and faster. All right, so that's what's happening now, man. Everything was coming and going. You know, it might be a little drought, a little famine. You know, little talks of war. All right, it'll be an earthquake here, and then years later be another earth. But now things are just moving rapidly, man. All right, you see these plagues are hitting, these famines, droughts, wildfires, earthquakes. You know, these what they call natural disasters. You know, that was all done by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And we see the famines coming. You see the chip being set up, that same chip that they put in cars, and they put in phones and in cards. They're gonna have a chip designed to put in people's right hand, in your right hand on your forehead, according to Revelations 13, where it's also gonna put anywhere in your body. You know, and they're also designing the chip to put in your brain. Okay, so that's all the spirit, because that's according to the scriptures. It says, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Right, and what the article I just read was a perfect example, because it said, let's go back to it real quick. It says, a global A global microchip shortage is the main problem that's limiting production of new vehicles. Okay, so it's a global problem, man. So the Earth is mourning in these last days. If you was dependent on driving your car around and putting armor on your car or your vehicle around that shit around, things is gonna be safe. It's a shortage on cars. Okay. It says even so should not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. And the car's gonna be last the least of your worries. You know, watch movies like The Road, The Book of Eli. All right, it's gonna be anarchy, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So yeah, on every side, man, because there's gonna be so many different problems. All right, and no one's gonna be there to solve it. That's why people on like these doomsday preppers still talk about learn how to fish, learn how to hunt, learn how to start a fire, learn how to build a camp. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me continue on reading. Continue on reading. No. It says, even so, right? Let me look setting up. Let me look setting up real quick. The scriptures speak about being put. Oh, here it is. Oh my people, it says, oh my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle. Right? How you become ready to the battle through not just in the scriptures. All right, because 2/3 ain't gonna give a damn about some labor pains, man. They gonna still gamble on America being delivered. Some women some women give birth and don't even know they pregnant. That's the state of our people. They don't even know what the hell is going on till it happens. It says, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth, because we ain't gonna be in one spot, just chilling in one spot. You have to move around because it's not gonna be safe. So if you needed a car, if you was gonna depend on your car, thought you can get a car, that ain't happening. But anyways, I want to say all praise goes to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Bashim, Hakwadash, double honesty, apostle, and the Great Millstone, citations to Akmate pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty. Shalom.